Want start sit advice? Tweet us and use the hashtag FFPregame, then tune into Fantasy Football Pregame on Peacock or on the NFL on NBC YouTube channel every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern during the season. And Matthew, speaking of advice, we need yours for Sunday night. Let's take a look at your top-ranked players for Eagles at Cowboys. Ton of fantasy implications on the line. Who do you love in this game?
Pretty much everyone. Like fantasy superstars left and right. A lot of fantasy goodness on Sunday night's game. You see Dak and Jalen Hurts, both top 3 quarterback plays for me. You see Pollard as a top 5 play. CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown inside my top 3 at wide receiver. Dallas Goedert, if he comes back, along with Jake Ferguson, both top 10 tight ends for me this week. And let's talk about Jake Ferguson here. Again, death taxes, start your tight ends against Philadelphia, and specifically Ferguson, who has become such a red zone threat for Dak Prescott. He leads all tight ends in terms of red zone targets. When they get in close, Dak likes to look for him. He's scored in 4 of the past 6 games. And you think about when they played Philadelphia early in the season in Week 9, 7 for 91 and a touchdown for Jake Ferguson. Again, I'm as a top 5 play this week.
Jay, what about somebody maybe on the hate side of things? It can't all be perfect. Somebody's got to be left out of the target share on one of these offenses.
Yeah,
or touches.
I think it's DeAndre Swift, who's just had a really uneven season. He had that incredible hot start those weeks 2 and 3, but since then it's cooled down a little bit. Only had the 6 carries last week against the Niners, and the key thing there is that he's just not getting the passing down work. Kenneth Gainwell has had 7 receptions the past 2 weeks. Expect that potentially they're underdogs in this game. The line's been moving around from 3.5 Dallas favored, and if they are down, I think Gainwell is the guy who's going to get the passing down work instead of DeAndre Swift.
Swift played only 42% of the snaps last week as well. He left that game early with an injury as well. He's somebody that's dealt with injuries throughout his career, so maybe he's getting a little bit banged up given all the usage he's had so far this year. So yes, they're getting Kenneth Gainwell and Boston Scott involved a little bit. By the way, and this Cowboys defense is so good. Literally, there's been only 3 running backs all year that have gotten even 80 yards from scrimmage against the Cowboys as well. They allow just 3.7 yards per carry to opposing running backs. So DeAndre Swift outside my top 20 this week. I think he's merely a high-end flex play on Sunday night.
A massive NFC matchup, Eagles, Cowboys, of course, Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.